Hello YouTube and welcome to StrangePlay. My name's Rick.
And I'm Simon.
And this is our weekly news recap for the third week of January. I want to say third week of January 2018.
Yeah. I tell you what, let's go from the first Monday. So it's the week starting the 15th. So it is the third week.
It's the third week. We got there.
It's the third week.
Fantastic. We have 3 news stories for us today. One big, one standard, and one made of cardboard, apparently. So to kick us off, Eurogamer have revealed that work is underway on a brand new Fable game, which is interesting. UK developer Playground, which are the guys who have made the Forza Horizon games for the Xbox and PC, are creating this new game. Now, a source close to Eurogamer claims that the new game is planned as a story and character-focused open-world action RPG, and a significant investment in its development is also planned, with around 200 people set to work on the game at Playground's newly established second office in Leamington Spa. What a cool place for an office. It's true, man. This comes less than 2 years after Microsoft shut down Lionhead, who were the guys who created the original Fable games, and cancelled Fable Legends, which was a free-to-play games-as-service title that they had in development. Apparently this renewed interest in Fable is inspired by the success of Horizon Zero Dawn, because, yeah, sure, it's 2018, let's try and copy that game now. And if these rumours are true, then Fable is still in the early stages of development, so don't expect anything for quite some time. And to be perfectly honest, this is Microsoft, this game is early in development, this game will probably get cancelled as well.
Do you know something? You know I collate these stories and what have you?
Yes.
I've just put 2 and 2 together. Last year, do you remember when Horizon Zero Dawn came out and they were leaking from Microsoft Studios that were like, oh yeah, we want to make our Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yeah.
This is it. This is what they were fucking hiring for. This is it. Yeah?
Yeah, actually. Yeah. Okay.
They were all... Because they pulled all the fucking adverts down, didn't they? For people wanting to work on a game like this, and I've just realised that this is it. This is what they're putting towards. They've already got the fucking world and what have you, so I don't think they'll be fighting big robot dinosaurs, but yeah, it's the RPG, it's the open world sort of thing that they could do with the Fable world, so yeah.
Do you think maybe that's one of the reasons they cancelled Scalebound? Because they didn't want anything in competition with their own first-party game that was quite similar?
I mean, maybe. It won't surprise me. It won't surprise me at all. I think it's nice that they're bringing Fable back. I think Microsoft mismanaged that game series.
I think Peter Molyneux mismanaged that game series.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of hurdles, weren't they, in that franchise's history.
Yeah.
It took a major misstep with Fable 3, and then it just totally fucking derailed with all the shit that they put out with it. The Kinect stuff, and they did a MOBA game as well, didn't they? Which, just garbage. So, yeah, if this puts it back on the right track... I don't really know about Playground's pedigree for something like this.
Yeah, that's something else that I found was kind of strange as well. They were like, hey, these guys make racing games. Let's give them an RPG. And I'm not saying that, you know, just because they make racing games, they can't do an RPG. But you'd think someone who had a pedigree in the adventure game series or an RPG series would be the ones to go to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It could work, I guess. I don't really know who they've brought in. There might be big names there that we don't actually know about yet that are involved in it. So it's a little bit early to comment on the rumour and speculation.
Yeah, that's true. Well, IGN did something on it earlier, and apparently there's like people who worked on GTA working on it, and there is some people who have got experience in open world action games working on it from different studios.
Yeah, so I mean, it might not be a total bust. Well, I mean, we're sort of rubbishing the idea of Playground manufacturing this new instalment to Fable, and it might be good. I mean, it's at early days.
Yeah, like, I think I'm just sort of like poo-pooing it a little bit because I don't know any of their work. Like, I've never played a Forza Horizon game that could be the best racing games in the world. I wouldn't know. And I'm also a little bit speculative of why they're bringing it back. Is Microsoft saying, oh, we want to beat that game? Really good enough reason to do something? Especially with a series that has kind of whittled away. But, you know, having said that, I guess they didn't, when I say they, I mean like Square Enix didn't need to redo Tomb Raider, and they did, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
I think maybe they're looking at not only Horizon Zero Dawn but Zelda Breath of the Wild as well, and going, oh, maybe we can, do something along the lines of that. I mean, it's a franchise that's been laid dormant through shitty management, and if they're going to reboot it and make it into something, Joe, that's worth people's time investment, then hey, go for it.
And if some of that investment goes towards a restraining order for Peter Molyneux, then fuck it, let's give it a shot. Right, what have you got next for us?
Okay, Nintendo Labo, right?
Right.
You've not actually seen the video for this yet, so
No, I haven't. I've got it set up. I've got it ready.
we're going to sit and watch it right this minute.
Yeah. So we're doing a news story with a live reaction to a trailer, which is new, which is novel. It's a novel thing. Let's okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Play.
It's a printer and a sheet of cardboard and a cookie cutter. Alright, so Nintendo are now at IKEA. Okay. Why has he made a piano out of cardboard? Alright, that's kind of cool. Like a cool little thing to sit your screen on. Fuck off, is he playing piano? I should have had a camera on for this, because you'd piss yourself if you saw my face right now. Alright, so instead of releasing plastic peripherals for the Switch, they're making you build your own with cardboard. It's got quite funky music, I'll give it that.
Yeah, I quite like the music.
Why is there a bird? So do you get them in a set, or do you have to print it off yourself?
We'll talk about this once we're done.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you build them. They come in a box.
Yeah, 20th of the 4th. So it's in, what, like 3 months?
Of course that's coming out on 420. Let's get blazed, build a piano.
So, yeah, what do you think of that?
Okay. Not a lot.
Bear in mind that they said it wasn't for everyone when they originally announced it. They said they were going to show something at the Direct, and it wasn't going to be for everyone.
Okay. It's not for me at all.
Yeah, me either.
I have seen friends of mine with children saying that they're quite looking forward to it as something that they can do with their kids, like arts and craft. Let's build a controller. But looking at how they work, that's just going to fall apart.
Right. This is one issue I have with it. One of many. The first one is that shit is 60 quid.
Fuck off.
No, it's 60 quid.
What, for like one set or for the,
you
for
get
the robot pack?
The robot pack, I'm not entirely sure. The robot pack is £70, but I don't know whether that just includes the robot pack and everything else, or it's just the robot pack.
Are you taking the piss?
No, I'm not taking the piss. And this is the thing. you've known me a long time. The first career that I embarked on, I used to make cartons. I used to make food cartons. So I know the processes that these things are going out. I know that, the pre-press, it's all made by hand until, they settle on a prototype and then they start making plates and platens and stuff. And, the stuff, I've looked into it, and for that 60 quid thing, you were getting about £3 odds worth of cardboard.
Jesus.
It's not a lot. It's tiny. It's a tiny cost.
So is it going to be like regular cardboard like from boxes, or is it going to be something a little bit stronger that's going to last?
Apparently you can make these things out of cardboard that you own, so they're releasing the plans. So if you want to do that yourself, you can. I'm going to tell you now, most people aren't going to be able to do that. For the simple reason, the people that make these things, when they're prototyping them and stuff, like when I were in college learning about print, I had to do all this shit, this type of stuff, making cartons and it is difficult. You have to be so precise. If you are a micron out at one end, when you go to fold it, it's not going to fucking hold.
Yeah, of course.
It's not going to hold. Box making and carton making is a precise industry. I'm not shitting you when I say this. Printing and box making is an art. It is a fucking art. You have to be within microns of, measurement to get this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, even cut and pressing something a little bit too deep, I'll just fuck it,
Yeah, like if you score something too much, you're going to cut it off.
Yeah. And this is the thing, they're making it out of cardboard, right, which you brought up on, it's going to break easily. Kids are, especially the most light-handed of people, so it's going to get a lot of wear and tear.
Yeah.
Carton board or cardboard isn't that durable for stuff like that. So when you look at your PlayStation 4 controller, Sony will have had machines that will press those buttons millions of times to make sure they pass quality shown in the tests.
Oh, yeah.
Right? How many button presses or actions do you think they're going to take before they break?
I don't know. Like, did you see the one where they had, like, elastic bands and, like, a wheel and shit? And they were twisting it round? And
here's the thing as well, right? You don't realise it, but if you've ever rid a motorbike or driven a car, like they do in that little shot that you just saw, you sort of rest your arms and your arms are weighted, so that weight is on the cardboard. Yeah,
that's what it was. The motorbike one's the one that got me, because it's like if you turn too hard, if you get too into the game and turn too hard, or if the cardboard snags or something, it's fucked. You've trashed it.
The other one is the fishing set. If you look at that, they're pulling that rod all over. Your fucking switch is in that base.
Yeah.
Do you want your kid fucking pulling your switch about? Or their switch? It's an expensive bit of kit. I mean, you're putting your equipment at risk.
Now, I will say, the house looked cool. You know, the little house that they coloured in and you sit your screen in. I'm like, that's quite sweet, because Elena, if I'm watching something on the TV, she'll take the Joy-Cons off the Switch and put the Switch on the table.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, as a little holder, that's a nice idea. But all this stuff with moving parts and cardboard and elastic bands, it's like...
It's going to wear, and not only this, right? Humans are inherently mucky.
Yeah.
No matter how clean you think you are, you're sweating all the time, you've got oils coming off your skin and your hair and... whatever. And that shit is going to seep into the cardboard. There's no... They call it varnish or lacquering.
Yeah.
So, when you look at your cereal box on the outside, it's glossy.
Yeah.
And it's to stop it getting wet. It's to give it some protection.
Yeah.
That shit, no fucking water protection on it. So you're going to be using that bike or that fishing rod or whatever, and you're going to leave your fingerprints all over it, or your kid's going to leave their fingerprints all over it, and it's going to get dirty. It's going to get so tatty so quickly.
Yeah, and I was going to say, because kids are filthy as well.
Yeah.
They're like, constantly got their hands in their mouths, and they're like wiping their saliva on shit and chewing shit. Oh my God. Children like to chew shit. Alright, they'll put stuff in their mouth. If a kid who's like 3 or something, however, I don't even know how old kids stop teething, but like if you've got a little kid in the house, just say you've got 2 and one of them is playing with this and the other one's a little bit younger, right, if they get a control pad and chew on it, it's fine, it's a control pad, it's just going to get marks in it. If they chew on this, 60 quid up the shitter.
Yeah.
Because they will chew through it like a hungry beaver.
Yeah, I mean, as a concept, I think this is fantastic. But it's sort of like, Joe, when you see those concept cars at like Tokyo fucking show, like, and they're showing like the new Nissan
Yeah.
or the new Toyota, and it's like, wow, that looks really fucking cool. And then you look at the practicality of it, and it's like, yeah, this ain't gonna fucking work. That's shit. That's awful, Joe. That's gonna be a twat
Yeah.
to use.
It looks to me like Nintendo looked at Google Cardboard and went, all right, what can we do? Or what else can you do with cardboard?
Yeah.
And someone had an arts and crafts book, and they were like, well, this is a house, and it just kind of escalated from there.
Yeah. I mean, it's not targeted at us, and I'm totally fine with that. Not everything has to be for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
But I think they're trying to put gaming into air. I mean, this is another thing as well. What games are going to be on that?
Yeah, this is going to be almost like your 1-2 Switch stuff, isn't it? It's going to be your mini games and shit.
Yeah, it's going to be like game jam stuff, like stuff that's been knocked together, and it's like, oh, we can put it in here, and that's fine for kids. That's like perfectly fine. I'm not totally Joe against it, but I'd rather they did something more like Nintendo Land, that's Joe got a bit of substance to it, and isn't going to be Joe reliant on fucking about with cardboard that's going to Joe degrade and fall apart over time, and be really fucking expensive as well. Like,
yeah, like you said, like I was on board, I was behind it, thinking, oh yeah, that's a nice thing to do with your kids. And like I said, I've got friends who have got kids who are looking forward to doing this with them and going, oh yeah, we can build this and then we can play a game together. But when you told me it was 60 quid for some fucking cardboard,
yeah,
I'm like, okay, it's a nice idea, you're just not executing it very well.
I think as well, like a lot of people have argued that it's like, oh, it's educational, it's gonna get people into maybe playing piano or whatever, and it's like, well, if you're gonna play piano, you just
play the fucking piano.
Yeah, like it's like the argument saying, oh, I played Rock Band and now I can play guitar, which just don't work like that. How many people do you know that played that game that can actually play guitar?
Yeah.
You know, like it's not a one-for-one transferable thing. It might get you interested, but it's not a like-for-like skill.
Yeah.
You know? And as cool as it is, as cool as that piano is, that little keyboard, and Marvel Joe using the technology in inventive ways, it's not very good, is it? Let's be honest. It's the utility of it. It's like, oh, well, that's novel. Well, what do I do with it now?
Again, a kid playing that, you're going to mash it.
Yeah.
You're going to hit it, it's going to break.
Yeah. So, yeah, I sort of applaud them for doing something different, but a cool concept doesn't always translate into a good product.
Yeah.
It's going to be successful. It was like, I was talking to a friend and it was number 6 on the Amazon pre-order list in America. At the time, it's number 1 on the Amazon UK at the minute. So it's sold out. It's essentially, they've hit jackpot with it.
I think I'd like it more if they just released it as an arts and crafts set that was nothing to do with the Switch. And instead they went, we're now branching out into physical educational toys, because they're from a card game background. They used to make toys and games back in the day.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And if they're like, oh, we've decided that video games aren't for everyone, but learning is, here's some things to do with your kids from Nintendo. Well, that would have been rad as fuck.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when they brought it out, someone mentioned that it'd be cool if these things came. Do you know, like, you used to see those things at Christmas and they'd be like, oh, this is coming out. You can build, like, a dinosaur or whatever.
Yeah.
And you could buy them from W.H. Smith's and they'd be like, build your own whatever.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Like, I think that'd be pretty cool. But for fucking, if they're going to be 60 quid for a set, it's a lot of fucking money for not a lot of stuff when you think about it. And people have argued with me that it's like, oh, if I take kids to cinema, it's going to cost me 30 quid. Or, do you know, I bought them like Lego sets and they've only played with it for like an hour, Joe, before being bored with it.
Yeah.
And you run that risk with everything. Do you know, the novelty wearing off really, really quickly.
Oh yeah, big time.
And I think this is going to be one of those things where people, like, I know people that have fucking pre-ordered it. They've got kids. Some of them don't have kids. Joe, it just appeals to their inner kid.
Yeah.
Are going to have big buyer's remorse on this when it eventually drops. They're going to put it together. They're going to play with it for an hour or two, and then it's going to be fucking done. The
novelty will wear off, and they'll go, oh, all right.
It's in recycle bin, and that's it. It's not like you can fucking unmake it and, like, resell it. So you just basically got a thing that's... It's a transaction that's only one way. You can't sell it on as it were, because the act of making the piano or the fishing rod is part of the charm of it.
It's a good way for Nintendo to not lose money on the second-hand market, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, here's a product that only you can use.
Yeah, it's expendable.
So that's the Labo, or the Labo, or whatever you want to call it. What have you got next for us, Simon?
Oh, it's, of course, it wouldn't be a StrangePlay News Week without another Destiny 2 fuck-up.
Yay!
Woo! Yeah, so, Faction Week this week. You can pick between Future War Cult, Dead Orbit, and New Monarchy, and get gear.
Okay.
Or you could do if fucking Bungie had let you do it. So basically what they're doing is they started fucking strangling your progress again. People on the last faction rally basically found an exploit where you could go backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards between a loot cave and just open the chest. They exploited it.
Okay.
So Bungie have gone like, yeah, fuck that. People are, getting the loot too quick. So they've put a cosh on it. They've patched it out. But as always, they've gone too fucking far. And people that are just playing normally are being locked out are getting rewards. So just playing normally, they're not, pushing hard or min-maxing or anything like that.
Yeah, just casually playing through
just
it. Just
casually playing, and the hidden cooldown timer is just like, no, you're done. This is it.
Right.
What's causing ire is Bungie last week were like, oh, we're going to be transparent, we're not going to do stuff like this. And it's like, they say one thing one week and then do the exact opposite the week after. Explaining the hidden cooldown, Bungie community manager Cosmos said, and I quote, "There was an issue in the previous faction rallies where players were earning hundreds of faction tokens per hour without firing a single shot. In the recent December 12th update, faction token rewards were added to an existing system that was locking players out from lost sector rewards. We have heard player feedback that this solution was too disruptive. We're looking at a change that won't make players feel forced to run to and from a single chest for hours while also not placing a hard stop to enjoy lost sectors. We want to ensure that for every time you open a chest there's loot inside. We'll share more details on this before the next faction rallies." It was not made clear beforehand that the new Season 2 weapons would be added throughout the events of the season rather than all at once in the beginning. This was on us, no excuses. So they've held their hands up on the last part. Basically, that situation is, when Season 2 happened, when it started, they were like, yeah, look at all this cool shit you can get. And they advertised it as like, yeah, this next week you'll be able to get all of this stuff. And basically what they've done is, you can only get parts of it. They're drip feeding it over the next faction rallies and the events that they're bringing out.
Yeah. So
you can't get all that stuff. It's physically impossible. No matter how long, or if you find a loophole, to get the tokens to get stuff, you just can't get it. The game's coded against you. You try to swim up a waterfall in that regard. But yeah, the other stuff, just not being rewarded for doing the stuff that the game wants you to do, is just pure lunacy. And the game has gotten to a point now, like, I put it on last Tuesday. Noticed there were a faction rally on, and I were like, right, I'm going to go to my favourites. I'm going to go pledge to my Future War Cult. Went out to play, and within 30 minutes I was bored. And I think that comes down to the game not feeling like... It doesn't value my time. I don't feel like it's valuing my time as a player.
Yeah.
And they need to do something about this, because otherwise people are just gonna... They're gonna be like me, and they're gonna be like, well, there's another game out soon. I'll fucking go play that. A lot of people are down tools on Destiny 2 and gone back to playing The Division, which is apparently great now. Anyway, yeah, I just felt when I put it on, do you know when the phone rings and you're like, oh, better answer that? And when you pick it up, it's your grandma, and she's just like, oh, I went down to Morley and I went and looked in charity shops, and she's telling you all the stuff that she thinks is important, and it's like, fuck, man, why did I pick phone up? Like, that's exactly what it feels like to play Destiny at the minute. It's just, it feels like being fucking anathematized. I can't put into words how much ennui I have for that series right now. And I'm not the only person, it's people are fucking leaving in droves.
Wow.
So I think for Bungie, it's a case of they either fucking set the ship back on a course that's going to get people involved and engaged again. Otherwise, it's a sinking ship,
I'm going to just repeat myself for every time we talk about this. I thank something that I didn't buy the fucking thing.
It's funny because I know someone that got Destiny 2 for Christmas, and I talked to him backwards and forwards, and he's been like, yeah, I told my wife to take it back, get a refund on it.
Holy shit.
He wants no part in it, and I don't fucking blame him at all. I do not blame him at all, because as good as it could be, and the shooting and stuff, and how the game looks and sounds, the gameplay is just, it's like a bum note at the minute. It just feels so unrewarding. So, yeah, people are well out of it at the minute.
Yeah, it does just sound like every tweak they're making to it goes against the player base.
Yeah, I think they spent so much time working on Destiny 1 and getting it into a place where that was a great game. Super, super good. Everything felt really rewarding. You were...
Yeah, because that took a bit of time to get going, didn't it?
Yeah, totally. Each activity offered something different, in regards of a loot pool. So you could build different sets, so you could think, oh, I'm going to go do the raid and try and get the boots that I'm missing. Or I'm going to do the strikes and try and get that gun that I want, a better roll.
Yeah.
Whereas now, you don't have any of that. All the fucking armour, it might as well just be exactly the same. Because they basically got the same fucking stats on them.
Fucking hell.
It's stupid. Like, the guns looked cool, but they don't offer any perks. Like I know you never played Destiny 1.
No.
But you got the guns from the Vault of Glass. And the guns from the Vault of Glass had perks that worked in the Vault of Glass. So the enemies got a little bit easier to kill. And there were actions that you could do, with the armour that helped you, in those situations.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, like I say, it's a bum note. Like, they've really dropped the ball in regards to Destiny 2. Which is a shame, because it could have been amazing if they'd have followed on from Destiny 1. But they threw the fucking baby out with the bathwater. It's a completely different game in all but looks and music.
That is such a shame.
It is.
Well, I feel bad for leaving it on a bad note. We've been off to such a good start this year, but that is it for this week's news recap show.
It's alright, we'll be hype next week. We were like, fucking get this done. Monster Hunter to play.
It's just going to be Monster Hunter news, isn't it? Hey, today's news, Monster Hunter's out. That's it. It's like a 30-second video. Fucking done. Anyway, if there are any stories that we've covered today that you wish to talk to us about, or if you want to give us some stories, give some feedback on something, anything, if you just want to talk to us, please do whatever so lonely. You can catch us on Twitter at StrangePlayUK, and you can join our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/StrangePlayUK. So, as always, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.